why it is a good strategy to use multiple cookies.
So what now?
It says use multiple cookies to authenticate users rather than just using one cookie like the password or something.
Because if you can get to one, you might not can get to the other.
Could be. I thought about it. I forgot the real reason. I thought I had a valid reason when I saw this one. If I remember, I will tell you. It's also like general security principle is like even when you go to a bank account and you have some safety locker or whatever, where you put some jewels or whatever there, right? And you want to open that, the bank will have a key and you will have a key. With just one key you cannot open it. So that's the idea. So you have to use two keys to open that. Okay? So that may be the same idea here. Instead of using just one cookie or one variable, like the password authentic user, use multiple variables. So this is the key thing. Checking that any request made is acknowledged by the user and verified by the user. So like the transfer.php has to be confirmed by the user by entering those captcha words or whatever the way you want to go through that. Okay? Alright, so let's move on to the next module. So we have an exam coming up soon, or a quiz, right? Quiz on Thursday. So the quiz will be on this virtualization, right? So for the grad students, there's a paper, and for undergrads, there's based on the module, okay? And so next Thursday we'll have the first exam, so modules 1 through 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. You see, from now on, you'll have every Thursday a quiz for an exam. So.
Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm teaching all the classes, so it's Wednesday. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So John, the exam is comprehensive from module 1 to 4.
Yes. I will try to grade your, I will grade your quiz 1 and give it on Wednesday, Wednesday, next class. So if I think some questions can be omitted from module 1, I will omit them and ask you to focus only on some other topics in that module, okay? Any other question?
So the exam one will include the quiz 1 and quiz 2?
Right. The questions which are there, as I said, once I grade your quiz 1, I'll know more about it, and then quiz 2 once I grade it. But quiz 2 for grad students, you have to anyway read the module, right?
So you're going to ask all 6 questions?
All 6 what?
Questions.
In the quiz? No, I mean select one.
Some of them is like an essay.
No?
You want the whole description, right? And what it is, like that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I just want you to explain. I don't need to write an essay for that.
So our work, it doesn't have to be verbatim. It could be us giving you. Can we give you a picture as long as we know what we're talking
The
about?
picture is already there, right?
Some arrows.
As long as you explain the concept, you don't have to reproduce word by word exactly
Okay.
as it is.
Okay.
The exam 1 is not including the visualization. Is it?
It includes modules 1 through 4 means everything except web security, because we didn't cover that module 5 yet, which we're going to do. These are small chapters, so the bigger chapter is the RSA, and that's also easy actually, which is going through quiz 1, right? So go through visualization and email security. I'll post some sample questions soon, probably around 5 questions on that. And now once you are done with this, you can, don't forget, but you won't be tested again on this. Okay, so after exam 1, we won't need to you don't need to really worry about these 4 modules. Okay?
And Dr. May, we go to, when we do exam 1 for grad students, you say it's 1 through 4.
Right.
So we're going to be tested
For
on.
exam 1, you are going to be tested on the question bank like the other undergrad
Okay.
students. So just for quiz 2, you have to read the paper.
Okay.
Okay? But if you read the paper, you will see a lot of similarity or overlapping between that. Right? Okay, so let's briefly start this module now and then move on further. So this goes with operating system security. Yeah, one reason why you store multiple cookies is, okay, this is what I thought. If typically the user thinks the password is the default cookie, right? If you have some other cookie which the attacker doesn't know, then he may not able to gather all those cookies. You know, in that page, he has to write all the website. You see here, especially here. He says password equals document.cookie, right? So if you have multiple cookies and something very strange like your car tag number or whatever, which the person may not know, then the attacker may not be able to access your account that easily, right? So that's the idea, that's the reason why you could use multiple cookies.
Okay, but how do you get multiple cookies?
Huh?
How would you get multiple cookies? Just go
when you
in.
set up your account, again from a designer point of view, you have to make your customers to have multiple variables for authentication. So just one password may not be sufficient. Normally people do that. They have password and sometimes mother's last name or whatever, maiden name, whatever. So multiple variables to authenticate use.
Also, multiple security questions.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Okay, so some of this would overlap with operating systems, but in general, what are the ways you could control, again, access to objects? So we'll use some terminologies like subject and object. Subject normally means the user who tries to do something, and object is normally the resource, a file or some data that the user wants to access. Okay? So by access control, what we need, we want to make sure only the valid user, okay, is trying to access an object. So for example, there is a file, and if a user is not allowed to read the contents of the file, then the user should not be allowed access to read the file. And some users may have only a read access, they may not have a write access to a file, so they should be allowed to read only the file, not able to write to the file.